Greetings, I'm Shannon, and I am the host of Campfire Ghost Stories. It's a podcast about camping, hiking, and ghost stories, but also some legends, some myths, and some lores tossed in there as well. The purpose of the podcast was to keep it entertaining, hence the ghost stories, but to also encourage women and other minorities to get out there and explore nature, and as I usually refer to it, get out into the green. I've personally found that the green is very relaxing and it really helps with mental stress and other things, and I discovered that a number of people really do want to get out to the green, but they're alone in their desire to do so, or they have fears of doing it. So I decided to create a podcast where I could do something I love, which is to tell stories, and to encourage and maybe offer some helpful tips and advice to encourage you to get out into the green more often. Recently, I've had a number of women ask about interviews, which I wasn't really thinking about doing and I hadn't really thought about it. But after maybe the third or fourth woman had asked, I decided, it might be the logical next step for the podcast. So I decided that I would start doing interviews come 2025. So I have a list of amazing women already lined up. Like I said, the interviews will begin sometime in January, and I will hopefully get those rolled out on a steady stream. Now, these interviews are going to be about solo women who hike and camp. We're going to talk about how they got started, whether it's something new that they developed a passion for, or whether they have always had the passion to get out into the green and do things solo on their own. For some people, being solo and alone, it really helps their mental well-being. So we're going to touch on those topics. We're going to touch on topics about safety, touch on topics about equipment, what they started with, what they realize they don't need, and whatever else happens to pop up in the interview. So if you're interested in something like that, then hit the like buttons, hit the subscribe buttons, so you get notified of when, these videos and audios are going to start rolling out. And also, January, I decided, will be the month of the ladies in white. So many people have probably heard about the lady in white. There's ladies in white all across the globe. These are ghost stories and legends of a woman who has died under certain stressful circumstances. But there's so many, and they're all over the globe, like I said. So why women in white? What's the significance of white? Yes, there are stories of women in blue and women in gray, but what's the significance of women in white? What happened to them? What's their story? So for the month of January, it will be about the women in white. And we'll touch topic on those, and we'll find out what's the story behind all these. Maybe there's some significance, some similarities. I don't know. We'll find out. So, like I said, hit the like buttons and the subscribe buttons if you're interested and want to hear these stories and maybe want to see some interviews of women who are out there making it on their own. I'll also be doing cooking and other little hacks and tricks that I've picked up myself and I've maybe learned from other people. So, I hope I will see you at the next video. And as always, stay safe, take care of yourself, always get out to the green whenever you can, and I will see you at the next campfire.